I really want to like these shoes, but I just can't. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Eddie here, and welcome back to the channel, and I hope you all are having a wonderful day. And for today's video, we have a sneaker that just recently shock dropped and is slated to release this month on May 20th. However, I am not too crazy about this sneaker, as you guys saw at the beginning of the video. As you can see by this t-shirt, I am a super Spider-Man fan. I have like 15 Spider-Man t-shirts in my room. I have all like the Spider-Man games, mainline games. I'm excited for the Spider-Man 2 game that's coming out this year. And I could just keep talking about Spider-Man, but when it comes to this sneaker release, man, I am disappointed, honestly. And it is a sequel to the original shoe, which I thought was pretty fire and how they pulled it off. And I understand the vision of what they're trying to do with this sneaker, guys. So before we even continue, man, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below, as well as that notification bell. And what we got right here is none other than the Air Jordan 1 High OG Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, or as it's called on the sneakers app, the Next Chapter. And you guys let me know what you think about this sneaker. There's a lot going on, a lot of different materials, a lot of different details, and some people are going to be fans of these. Like, there's no judgment there. I actually am happy for the people that are able to appreciate this shoe. Personally, for me, I don't think that's going to happen. But anyways, guys, before we even continue with more of the inspiration behind the sneaker, which I kind of already went into, let's just go over the box details. So for this box, we actually don't get anything special, to be honest. There's no special packaging. There's no Spider-Man logo on it. I don't know if it's because Marvel and Adidas has like a deal. I don't know if their deal finished. I'm hoping with all of the licensing that Nike's doing, they actually create a deal where they can create better looking Marvel sneakers. Like the Marvel Adidas to me wasn't that crazy or special or anything. Like, it just wasn't that special. But we know how Nike can tell a good story. They have great writing. They also have great designs and a bunch of classic silhouettes that they can put Spider-Man or any type of Marvel Universe character onto a shoe. Next, when focusing onto the sticker tag right there, it does read off as Air Jordan 1 High Retro OGSP, and the colorway shown is University Red and Black. And I actually got this in a size 8.5, not because you have to go a half size up. I definitely recommend going true to size with all Air Jordan 1s, especially this sneaker right here. But during the shock drop, I told my mom to enter a size 8, and she entered the wrong size, but none of my accounts literally hit. None of them. So it's actually good that she went for the wrong size, because that was the size that actually hit. And if she went for the size 8, she probably wouldn't have hit the sneaker. So I'm completely grateful to my mom for actually hitting this sneaker. Shout out to you, Mom. Love you too much. And actually, when we open this lid right here, again, it's just a standard Air Jordan 1 High OG box. Nothing different right there. But one thing I do want to say that is different to like the standard Jordan 1 releases is the fact that we actually got 2 separate wax tissue papers, and both sneakers were individually wrapped when I initially got them. So that's just something else to know right there. And now when focusing back onto this sneaker, man, more of the inspiration or history behind the shoe is the fact that, again, it's inspired by the Across the Spider-Verse movie. But even me, myself, I'm not even looking into any of the trailers, because I think they dropped like 3 or 4 trailers in the past month for the Across the Spider-Verse movie. I want to go into the movie completely fresh, so I'm not looking at any spoilers, any plot details, or anything like that. So I may say something wrong, but that's just because I'm trying to be completely blind when coming into that movie, so I can be shocked, surprised, or if I have to shed a tear or something, I want to know nothing. So from what I saw in the original trailers, it looks like Miguel O'Hara, or Spider-Man 2099, is in conflict with Miles. And maybe Miles knows something that Miguel doesn't know. I really don't know what's going on, but he's definitely not going to be the villain. Miguel is a good guy. He's pretty logical and super smart, and he's a geneticist in the comics and all that type of stuff. Literally a complete genius in the year of 2099. And I believe he's also Irish and half Mexican as well. So they have their little conflict. That's probably going to be at the beginning or the middle of the movie. They're going to resolve it, and there's going to be some type of big bad, I'm sure of it, that I don't know if maybe the recent trailers have shown it, but like I said, I'm going completely blind. So that's pretty much the inspiration behind this sneaker. It's just Across the Spider-Verse movies, and just giving a whole tribute to Miles Morales, as he was like the first Spider-Man to be in Air Jordan 1s and rock it out and make it look really fly while wearing the spider suit. So that's pretty much going to conclude all the inspiration and history behind this collaboration right here. So now let's just focus on to the details. And this is exactly where I get disappointed at this sneaker. So first of all, when going onto the toe box of this sneaker, you can actually see that it doesn't really crease that much. And I think that's just due to the fact that they used a thicker leather. So this is definitely going to be a more durable Air Jordan 1 based on what I'm seeing. And based on the fact that it is inspired by that kind of patchwork look, as we'll see throughout the whole entire upper, I think maybe it's worth, quality-wise at least, the price hike. I don't know if it's justified to bring it from $185 to $200 with no special packaging, no extra laces or anything like that, but I will say that this does feel like a more durable Air Jordan 1. Then we're looking at this mud guard right here. You can see that we do have it in the Chicago red. Then we're moving on to the top of the shoe. You can see that we have our black Air Jordan 1 lace right here. And then we have this kind of aged sail tongue right here. And it is thick. It's actually pretty padded. The next thing, which is where it really starts to become a problem for me, is the fact that we do have this Nike Air tongue tab right here, but instead of having it like the basic Nike Air tongue tabs on the Air Jordan 1, they decided to put this weird patch thing right here. So there's just like this empty space right here and then the red Nike Air. And to me, that just looks very off-putting. I think if they just put the standard Nike Air tab right there, it wouldn't have been much of a problem. But that's just my opinion. You guys let me know what you think about that design decision in the comment section down below. Then when we move on to the lateral side of the shoe, this is where it starts getting wacky again. So instead of having this all be like a Chicago red leather, they actually have some hits of this hairy suede, which again feels like a pretty good quality. Then we have this hit of leather right here, but it has this kind of print material on it. Then right on top of that, we have this red patent leather right here, which again, I'm not a fan of. And this different patchwork and all these different materials that it makes sense when you think about the story or the whole idea of the Across the Spider-Verse actual art style. But again, I just don't think it translates well on this sneaker. Maybe it could have been a different silhouette, but on this specific sneaker, they didn't do it. Then when we look at the eyelet area right here, you can see that Across the Spider-Verse art style, which I think is one of the best art styles in animation, period. Then when we move up here, you can actually see that, again, we have that same Across the Spider-Verse print. And then the Air Jordan 1 logo right here does look pretty cool, but again, as a whole concept of the shoe, I'm not too crazy about it. Then when we focus onto the quarter panel right here, you can see that we have more of that thick leather, so it doesn't really crease that much. And then we have a black Nike check, but instead of it being some regular leather, it wrapped like a holographic wrap right on top of it. Because in certain lightings, when you move the check, it actually gets a holographic tint to it. And that same holographic leather actually appears onto the top of the ankle area right here. So that's just something else to know. Then when we go into the back heel area now, you can see that we have the suede detailing right here. More of that red leather and that kind of like earth print. I don't know what kind of print it is. And when we move on to the medial side of it, you can see that we have the standard red leather right there. And the quarter panel pretty much follows suit as the lateral side. So something else to note on this side of the eyelet, the way the print looks actually looks like the web knitting that Spider-Man has on his actual suit. So that's a cool detail. And then finally on the medial side towards the bottom of the eyelets, we do have that random print of leather right here. And then we have the patent leather right below that. And then when we focus onto the midsole right here, this is where I think they actually beat the original Spider-Man Air Jordan 1 or the Into the Spider-Verse Air Jordan 1 or origin story, whatever you want to call it. And that is due to the fact that they have this nice white midsole right here. But then the outsole is where they actually beat them on this sneaker as opposed to the original. So instead of having the translucent blue outsole, we actually get this icy red outsole, and it looks fire, man. It looks super clean. And as opposed to an actual icy blue outsole, I don't think this would really yellow or look that bad once it gets dirty. But there's also a bonus to this specific sneaker, and it wasn't talked about until recently when people got their pairs in hand. And it's due to the fact that if you put some UV light on the outsole, or if you leave it out in the sun for a little bit and then bring it out into the dark, it glows in the dark mad bright. It's like super bright, it pops. It's actually in this kind of like white bright tint instead of red, and it's crazy. It actually looks super nice, and that's one of the best details of this sneaker in my opinion, and where it excels completely compared to the origin story Air Jordan 1s that released back in 2018. But y'all let me know what you think about this sneaker in the comment section down below. And pretty much guys, we went over all the inspiration and the details of the shoe. So now let's get right into this on full look, alright? Alright y'all, so that's going to conclude the review as well as the on full look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it for y'all. As I said earlier, I personally am not a fan of the shoe just due to the fact that I think they did a poor execution. I understand what the vision was, where they sprinkled a little bit of everything throughout the movie on the shoe, but it just doesn't look right on that Jordan 1 compared to the OG origin story. But you guys let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. And other than that y'all, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends and family and all that. And just keep doing what y'all doing to help push the YouTube algorithms as well as help my channel grow. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.